Currently studying at international universities in Vietnam is an economical choice for Vietnamese students in comparison with studying abroad. Facing this trend, Vietnam has cooperated with many countries in the world to open their educational institutions for graduate and postgraduate education. RMIT University, based in Australia, is the first university to be invited by the government of Vietnam to build the 100% foreign invested university in Vietnam. In 2000, RMIT Vietnam was granted by Vietnam's Ministry of Planning and Investment the license in teaching undergraduate and postgraduate programs, training and doing research in Vietnam. So far, RMIT Vietnam has been a pioneer in the establishment of an innovative teaching environment, provided students with internationally recognized education system, contributing to the development of Vietnam, and has become one bright spot in Vietnam-Australia cooperation in education.
Hello, you're watching Trang Vietnam on VTC10 Net Việt. I'm Việt. Talking about international cooperation of Vietnam in terms of education, we can stand talking about RMIT, one bright spot in the cooperation between Vietnam and Australia in education sector. And this year, the very special year for both Vietnam and Australia in terms of diplomatic relations between the two countries, we have invited Madam Joyce Cook, the president of RMIT University, to Vietnam to discuss more about the results of the educational cooperation and the direction for the near future. So Joyce Cook, thank you very much for joining our program today.
You're very welcome.
So Joyce Cook, the first question I'd like to ask you is how important do you think the cooperation between Vietnam and Australia in terms of education and training for the development of Vietnam's workforce?
It's very important, I think, that the Vietnamese workforce is highly skilled because Vietnam has plans to develop, and no doubt it has begun a path of development that will continue for quite a long time. I think equally important it is for Australians to understand Vietnam, and so although Australians may be involved in developing the skills of people in Vietnam, we Australians are also learning through our interactions with the Vietnamese people, and we're broadening our own view of the world in which we live. So I think that the cooperation between Vietnam and Australia in education is extremely important.
So RMIT is one bright spot in the educational cooperation between Vietnam and Australia. So over the past more than 10 years, what do you think the students have gained by studying at such institutions like RMIT?
There are, I think, a number of benefits for the students who come to RMIT Vietnam. One benefit, of course, is that our education is English, so we're an English-speaking campus. Another advantage is the industry relationships that RMIT Vietnam has, and that extends also to RMIT in Australia, which was originally a college that was set up for the working people. So that also is very, very important. And that means that the graduates of RMIT Vietnam have some connection with industry. They have an understanding of how a workplace operates. And so on graduation, they're able to fit in quite easily to their employment. A third benefit, I think, for all students at RMIT Vietnam comes through the fact that we have a number of students from other parts of the world. So there's a lot of opportunity for students to learn about other cultures and about other systems and other beliefs. And then I think the fourth advantage is that the students at RMIT Vietnam learn through doing. So our students and our graduates are able to work in teams, they're sufficiently confident to give presentations, they're able to plan ahead, and through those personal skills that gives them benefit in their daily lives as well as to their employers.
So that is the success of RMIT over the past 10 years. So I'm wondering, what elements do you think is critical for educational institutions like RMIT to invest in Vietnam?
We started from very small beginnings. I think the first enrolment in our classes was probably around 35 students who came to us to study English. And now we have about 6,500 students. Our success is due to a number of factors. The first one is, I think, we were invited into Vietnam by the Vietnamese government, and so the Vietnamese government showed a level of confidence in our ability to be able to contribute to Vietnam. That's one very important advantage. The second was that we had funding from a philanthropic trust that allowed us to build our buildings and develop along the lines that we have developed. I think that the investments that we have been able to make in staff and facilities really underpin a lot of our success.
Now I'm studying marketing in RMIT. It equipped me a lot of knowledge about marketing, and also the skill that RMIT provide me, like presentations and speaking skill in front of audience, so I can work better in the workplace.
When I'm studying in RMIT, I realized that our library is very modern, and well, we have a lot of valuable books in here. Moreover, we also have an online library system, and we're sharing the database with containing thousands of valuable books and a soft copy with RMIT Melbourne, and we can get a lot of benefit from that without any paying.
First of all, RMIT provides students a very professional, international environment for studying. The teachers are from overseas and also Vietnamese teachers, but they can speak English fluently, and we got to study in English.
Okay, when I'm teaching my students, I try to keep them engaged, not just me talking the whole time, but getting my students to answer back, to ask questions themselves. So hopefully it shouldn't be me lecturing the whole time and them just listening. It should be more of an interaction between teacher and student. So sometimes it's a challenge, but we always try to get the students involved in the class with activities, with questions.
A few job opportunity. Firstly, about from RMIT. RMIT support the student very well. Their network with other companies is quite large. They always have a networking event for the final semester student. So when you come to the event, you meet many industry people. It will help you to widen the network and also help you get a job.
So talking about the business demand for the labor workforce nowadays, I'm wondering, how does RMIT cooperate and talk to the business or the enterprises in Vietnam to ensure to have the best workforce for them in the near future?
And we have quite a number of advisory committees which consist of employers from business and industry and government. and we meet with those groups quite regularly, and those groups keep us in touch with industry developments, with the sorts of skills that people are needing, and then we are then able to reflect those skills into the programs that our students study. So if a particular organisation is looking for people who have good communication skills, then we will make sure that our students have opportunities to develop good communication skills, in writing and in speaking and in presenting and in putting ideas together. So we will then make sure that the assignments, for example, that our students do require them to give presentations to the class, or to work in teams, or to give reports of some kind.
So that is a strong foundation that RMIT has made in Vietnam for the past more than 10 years. So I'm wondering, in the next 10 years, for example, what will RMIT hold in the next 10 years?
Well, so far we have graduated around 5,500 students. So in the next 10 years, I would hope that we have more than doubled the number of graduates that we have contributed to Vietnam. I would think too that over the next 10 years we will have introduced a number of programs that we're not currently offering. We will grow our programs at graduate level as well as at undergraduate level, and we will be in a position to supervise more doctoral students than we do at the moment. And I would think too that over the next 10 years we will have a number of areas where we are researching at international levels, and in order to do that we will need to develop relationships with some of the local universities. So in the next 10 years I think we will have a broader range of partners than we currently have, across industry and business and government and other universities as well.
And finally, what is your view of the future cooperation between Vietnam and Australia in terms of education and training?
Oh, I think it's rather difficult to comment between Vietnam, the cooperation between Vietnam and Australia in any detail. But I think it will continue. It's very strong at the moment, and there is absolutely no reason why it will not remain strong and continue to grow.
And once again, thank you very much, Madam Joyce Kirk, for joining our program today, and we hope that you enjoy your time in Vietnam.
Thank you. You're very welcome.
And that's all we have for today's program. And for comment and feedback, don't hesitate to write to us at shangvietnam@vtc.vn. And once again, I'm Hiệp. Goodbye for now.